says that any man who lies with a man as he lies with a woman is to be put to death because it's an abomination to God.
A Cape Coral pastor is facing national criticism for saying being gay should be a crime. This is the same pastor who offered a prayer at Governor DeSantis' inauguration in January. You're watching NBC2. I'm Kelly Burns.
And I'm Peter Bush. Pastor Tom Ascol made the comments in response to Senator Ted Cruz calling out a proposed law that would put gay people in jail. Only NBC2's Dave Elias is talking to Ascol tonight about what he says he meant.
Well, tonight, the pastor of the Grace Baptist Church here in Cape Coral says that he has been met with a firestorm of controversy since sparring with U.S. Senator Ted Cruz over a law in Uganda that calls for criminalizing the gay lifestyle, even putting people to death. Tonight, he says he's setting the record straight.
I think homosexuality should be prohibited in a society that's going to flourish.
Pastor Tom Ascol appeared by many to support executing gay people, citing a Bible quote on Twitter.
It says that any man who lies with a man as he lies with a woman is to be put to death because it's an abomination to God.
He was responding to conservative Senator Ted Cruz, who called a Uganda law against gay people horrific and wrong. Do you support this law in Uganda that calls for criminalizing this, putting people in prison, or at worst, killing them?
So I would simply say no. As an American living in a constitutional republic, I wouldn't want to argue for the execution of homosexuals. I wouldn't do that.
However, he believes homosexuality should be a crime.
I think we were better off as a society when sexual immorality of every sort was illegal.
I would invite him to ask, is he loving us as LGBTQ people, as a community, by saying we need to be arrested or criminalized?
Reverend Craig Cranston of St. John the Apostle is condemning the pastor's approach.
It's all about how do we care for one another. So what did Jesus say? Love one another and love yourself and love God.
Now, I did reach out to Governor Ron DeSantis' office for a comment on the controversy since the Pastor Ascol gave the opening prayer at the governor's inauguration, and we did not hear back from the governor's office.
It's crazy. I mean, the Bible has verses that says people should be charged criminally if they curse at their parents or, cheat on their spouse. Like, does Ascol think we should be following that part of the Bible as well?
Actually, he does, Peter. We brought that question up, and he said that that should be criminalized as well, and people should possibly go to jail if they cheat on their spouse.
Thanks, Dave. Well, for the first time in history, the Human Rights Campaign declared a state of emergency for LGBTQ Americans. So far this year, a record 491 anti-LGBTQ bills were filed in the U.S. That is more than double the amount filed last year. So far, 63 have passed in 18 different states, including here in Florida, ranging from bans on transgender treatments to drag show restrictions. Another 278 bills are still making their way through state houses.